A non-governmental organization, Save the Children International Nigeria, has urgently called for action in response to severe flooding in Borno State, which has displaced over 400,000 individuals, including vulnerable children. The country director of the organization made this known in Abuja, while highlighted a terrible situation following his recent visit to Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State. He urged the federal government to bolster support for humanitarian efforts to ensure efficient delivery of life-saving assistance.
As you know, more than 1 million people across Borno State have been impacted by this flash flood, with a hearing of 400,000 people being displaced. 300,000 of those have ended up in 26 displacement camps, and you saw me reporting on Friday from Bekasi camp, which is one of the largest of those. The conditions there are really tough for children in particular. There's overcrowding, there's a lack of basic services and shelter, and as I said in the video, really food and water is in very much short supply. So we have some really challenging situations for children to deal with on the ground there, despite the very best efforts of everyone to scale up the response. As you can imagine, 300,000 people living in 26 overcrowded camps. As our primary concern at the moment is the short-term needs for food, water, shelter for children and their families living in those situations, as well as supporting children who've been separated from their families. One of the most distressing things that I saw in Bekasi camp was around 20 children who have been separated from their families, we are making our best efforts with other agencies on the ground to try to reunify those children with their family members, to try to identify where their families may have been relocated to. And that's going to be a strong focus for our child protection team in the coming weeks, is to support those children who've been separated, who are unaccompanied, and try to provide appropriate care for them as we try to retrace their families. What I saw was overcrowded latrines, a lot of evidence of open defecation where people are having no access to latrines. And therefore, like I say, real risk of disease outbreaks, and we've heard in recent days of the first few cases of acute watery diarrhea and cholera. We are also hearing of the need for, again, to provide bed nets so that we can protect children and their families from the potential for malaria outbreaks.